blood, it's in your skin. Obsession you feel deep within, intrigued and know.
Hey, it's Jeska Bailey here. We are live from our home here in South Austin, and I have some clips that I'm excited to show you today. As you can hear in the background, Guy is rehearsing mandolin, as he has this whole year during the pandemic. And so, we're going to show an origin story of Mr. Guy Forsyth when he first started playing here in Austin, Texas in the 90s. This is footage that we found online from the original Austin Music Network, which was being aired nationally. And yeah, this
And we're back, and we're ready for our next band. That's Guy Forsyth. They have a CD coming out next spring, so you guys go out there and buy it. And also, what a heck of a band. Boy, they're kind of bluesy, rapsy, and downright good.
That's right, and I saw Saw Blade on stage, so I'm getting out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, Guy Forsyth. You're watching the 24-hour music marathon on the Austin Music Network.
Times of trouble, we decide what we need, but we take with us what we leave, and how much of your answers can be believed, and nothing gonna save you if you're deceived. Can you live without water for 5 days? Can you live without shopping when you get paid? Can you live without having someone to blame? Can you live without the loser of your game? Could you live without this fine new car? Can you live without knowing exactly who you are that you ever doubt? You'd have your picture on the wall. Can you live without anybody there at all? Could you live without your dope, whatever it might be, kind bud or Budweiser? It works the same for me. Can you live without them whispering your name? Could you live without cashing in your fame? Can you live without her? Best make up your mind. Can you live without her? Boy, you're running out of time. Can you live without her? Is this the way it's playing out? Can you live without her? Or can you live without? We decide what we need, but we take with us what we leave, and how much of your answers can be believed. Nothing gonna save you if you're deceived. Can you live without a breath on your neck? Can you live without the laughter and the sex that you ever doubt? You'd have her picture on your wall. Could you live without anybody there at all? Can you live without a calloused on your knees? Could you live without the scar that no one sees? Can you live without even as you please. Could you live without living by degrees? In times of trouble, we decide what we need. We take with us what we need. And how much of your answers can we believe? Nothing gonna save you if you're deceived. Well, the terrible dog furlough turned a little light town, barefoot in the bow with the covers pulled down. The Reverend and Delilah stole the cherry black Merc, cigarettes, serotonin, half a day's work. You know he's leaking in the Lincoln, it'll never get through. You're gonna have to choose if they offer to you. He puts the bullets in backwards in the barrel of his gun. Nobody knows he shoots you when you run. He's just doing his job. It's either me or him. But I was never any better than I should have been. Never any better than I should have been. Never any better than I should have been. You know the Reverend's got his reasons. He keeps them all hid. He got something neath his sleeve just like his daddy did. He keeps him damned on the inside till that story broke. So that bed in kerosene, it all came out in smoke. He's just doing his job. It's either me or him. But I was never any better than I should have been. Never any better than I should have been. Never any better than I should have been. Just doing his job as either me or him. But I was never any better than I should have been. Never any better than I should have been. Never any better than I should have been. Well, the Thibodeau further turned a little light town, barefoot in the bow with the covers pulled down. The Reverend and Delilah stole the cherry black Merc, cigarettes, serotonin, half a day's work. You know he's leaking in the Lincoln, it'll never get through. You're gonna have to choose if they offer to you. He puts the bullets in backwards in the barrel of his gun. Nobody knows he shoots you when you run. You know the Reverend's got his reasons. He keeps them all hid. He got thumbs beneath his sleeve just like his daddy did. He keeps him damned on the inside till that story broke. So that bed in kerosene, it all came out in smoke. Well, the office smelled the smoke. Came a howling through the door with a piece of his mind and a 2x4. The Reverend was righteous, he wasn't there. Just burned out slats and a note taped to the chair. He's just doing his job beside of me, oh help. But I was never any better than I should have been. Never any better than I should have been. Well, I was never any better than I should have been. Thank you very much, folks.
Ow!
That was pretty good. You thought that
Saw blade was
saw
cool.
blade was for
The
you.
saw blade was cool. Yeah, well, I was going to be careful. You just saw Guy Forsyth.
And they've
Okay.
got a CD coming out this spring, so you'll be sure to go out and get it.
That's right, right. If you like the sound, go out and get the CD when it comes out, and check out Guy Forsyth all around town, all around the state, wherever Guy Forsyth is playing. I can't talk because I got gum in my mouth. I forgot to spit my gum out, so. No, I don't want to do it. Not on national TV.
Not on national TV. Well, close.
You're watching the Austin Music Network. It's our 24-hour music marathon.
What just happened?
That was Dad.
Yeah, that was your dad in the 90s. What do you think?
This was the 90s.
Yeah, it was very 90s.
This is Jacquelyn Graham, and you're listening to Uncomfortable Conversations. Well, welcome back. I had someone ask me a question. They asked me how I cope with my grief. They asked me how I have managed to keep moving, keep standing after the loss of my son. And I think that that's probably a pretty topical subject right now, because a lot of people, more than 500,000 to be exact, have lost loved ones during this time. So I describe myself as a personal kintsukuroi or kintsugi project. And if you're not familiar with that, that's the Japanese art form of taking broken pottery. Pottery is very valuable. And when it breaks, obviously people don't want to lose a beautiful piece. And the Japanese have perfected the art of taking the pottery piece and making it whole again, but putting gold or silver in the cracks. Literally, it means to repair with gold. Now, all of us are born whole. All of us are born complete into this life. And then things that happen in this life break us. And then we put ourselves back together. And then we're broken again. And we put ourselves back together again. Sometimes shoddily, sometimes well. The problem comes in when we start thinking that our value is less because of the repairs that we've had to do since we've been broken. And in kintsugi, the piece that has been repaired with gold is more valuable. Now, as for myself, when my son passed away, I felt like I had been shattered into millions of pieces, and they were floating in the air, and somehow I had managed to pull them back into a kind of simulacrum of me. And it was functioning, but the slightest jostle sent all the pieces scattering and clacking against each other. Now, The only thing that makes grief better, honestly, is time. But it never goes away. What happens is the muscles that you have that carry your grief, the mental muscles, they get stronger. And so the weight of it doesn't bow you down as much. You keep getting stronger, you keep moving forward, and you gradually straighten. When it began, I was working so hard to hold myself together. I couldn't let myself relax, because if I did, I'd simply fall to pieces. And when I got in the shower was when I would completely fall apart, because my muscles would relax in the hot water. But that was good for me. I needed to do that. I needed to grieve. I needed to cry. There were a lot of things that needed to be done, but I needed to deal with my own emotions. So how did I keep going? I didn't have a choice. I have family. I have other children. I have my husband. Life continued on whether I wanted it to or not. And I'm getting back finally to the point where I'm glad that it did. Of course, I will always miss my son. I can't imagine this world without him. But since he's a part of me, and he looked like me, and I have all my memories of him, I see bits of him every time I look in the mirror. I have memories that are wrapped around every corner of my house, and memories of his whole life that help to keep me going. And I believe I'll see him again. So it comes from expecting life to be imperfect, that we all have a beginning, we all have an end. And those are the only two things we get 100% right, is we're born and we die. The rest of it's a toss-up and multitudinous shades of gray. So try and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Work on those mental muscles, get the help that you need. Recognize the loss, grieve the loss, and put yourself together with bands of gold and know that you are more valuable for having been broken. This has been Uncomfortable Conversations with Jacquelyn Graham. Please feel free to contact me, jacquelyngraham.voice@gmail.com, and I'll talk about anything that might help or anything you're interested in. All right, you have a wonderful day.
Up next, we have some new people that are going to be on the Austin Music News channel that I'm going to start up in June. This is comedians interviewing musicians, but they're kind of doing their own little take on it. So take it away, Beck.
Hello, world. I am Becky Jo Neal.
And I'm Kim Stacy. And we are the co-hosts of Comedians Interviewing Musicians as part of Music Firsthand.
We do a weekly podcast every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we get to interview a bunch of local artists from all over Austin. We have over 150 episodes online.
They're all on YouTube. And you can also watch us live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live. I think that's it.
Yeah, basically wherever you get your podcast, you can find us for free. But if you want exclusive content, that's a good old-fashioned Patreon, and we've got one of those. So be sure to check out our Patreon, bonus content from each artist. And we used to bop around the city. Now that we've been in quarantine, we've been nailing the online show. We have dozens of great Zoom shows that you've got to check out.
Check them out. Now we just bop around our room and bop around your house via your screens. Hey.
Seeing a kind of mini version of our show, maybe a little sillier version of our show. There's going to be some sketch. There's going to be some tries, some cooking competitions. It's going to be dope.
Fails.
A lot of fails. It'll be good. I'm excited about it.
I'm pumped.
Pumped.
Sorry. I'm so aggressive.
Don't.
Where's the beef? Oh my God.
And before we get to the actual episode of this week's show, enjoy a little 1-minute teaser of what's to come. Why should you watch our show? Will you learn anything from the
Many
teaser?
reasons.
Probably not. Just check us out anyway.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, you got to shake it in a circular motion. Shake it in a circular.
Bagel. You can eat pizza any. Why you should watch our show?
Because we are serious professionals.
Serious. Oh, hello.
Serious, like witchy fires.
Now maybe it's Maybelline.
Leave me with your children.
We're good role models. See, Mom?
Pizza chug. Pizza chug.
Chug, 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 chug. Oh, she's on the loose. Whoop.
This face I see before I go to bed every night.
Oh, she's so fancy.
Double fist. And we're fully grown adults, mind you.
Oh, friends censor each other.
See? Where have you been? Dude, it's bright. What the hell are you doing? Oh my God. We miss our younger brother.
So cute. Oh, hello, ladies.
Love us back.
That was great. I'm really excited to have you guys on board for my 4th season here on Austin Music TV. Hey, Belle, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay,
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. You're here to intro something. Do you remember what it is? Yeah. So Bella was the MC for a fundraiser for her dad 2 weeks ago. Do you want to tell him a little bit about what that was?
That was an event that we were doing to help raise money for my dad. He has stage 4 cancer, and we were trying to raise money for his medical bills. We were very successful, and we are very thankful for everybody who interacted with it and donated and performed in the show.
Wow, Bella, maybe I should just let you do this whole MC thing. You're like a professional now. But we got really good news from my executive director, Sheila Steele, and we get to show the entire benefit right here on Austin Music TV when we get back from our trip. Yeah. So we're going to play the Tracy Bonham video. Hopefully we get to go and meet her when we are in New York State. But this is Tracy singing a song to you, Bella Jane.
This is for Bella Jane. My name's Tracy. You don't know me. But I just wanted to say hi. I've been talking to your mom a little bit. And I just want to say, Bella Jane, you are loved. That's one thing I know about you. You are very loved. And I'd like to sing this song for you. Just remember these words always. Laying flat on our backs, picking our favorite stars. Try shine it back from this roof of ours. But after a while, you say it seems pretty far. I think you forgot how bright you are. Shine, shine, shimmering, you shine. Shine, shine, shimmering, you shine. It's been one hell of a year. The sky is battered and bruised, but I'm still hanging on. All because of you. 'cause you held up the sun and you never let go. The world needs you now more than you'll ever know. Shine, shine, shimmer and you shine. Shine, shine, shimmer and you shine, Bella. Shimmer and you shine, Bella Jean. Shimmer and you shine. The northern pines and our teenage skies are still in your eyes. Okay, here's an important part, Bella Jane. When we're 80 years old and you can't see a thing, you mustn't forget how much light you bring. Shine, shine, shimmer and you shine, Bella. Shine, shine, shimmer and you shine, Bella Jane. Shimmer and you shine, Bella Jane. Shimmer and you shine. So never forget, you shine. You're so loved, Bella Jane.
Well, I didn't get to do a shout out to Jacquelyn Graham earlier. That was one of the most touching segments I think that you've done so far. I hope that everyone that watches this does write in to Jacquelyn Graham, because she has got some wonderful insight into situations and how to look at other people through a different lens. Up next, we have some clips that I think you're going to enjoy. Thanks for being here with us today. Me and Celie, because he won't leave me alone because I work at home. Austin Music TV. This is our 3rd season, and we love being here. So, here we go.
All right, I'm looking up where it says drums on the. I think it sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There's a roots vibe to it, but I would rather have it be more sonically than like a distance recording. Hey there, it's Guy Forsyth, which you might know if you're already on this Patreon page. But we are here today at 6 String Ranch making new music, which will be available to you as soon as we can crank it out. And we're going to use the Fadley's collection of guitars and instruments here at 6 String Ranch, including some of these beats. The bridge.
Hi, I'm Matt Smith, and I'm here at 6 String Ranch with Guy Forsyth and Jeska Forsyth, and we're about to record their song. It's something about snakes and scorpions in Texas. I figured that's pretty cool.
How did that feel?
Oh, I mean, I could tell that there were things that I would punch in it, but I think that the form was there. The only thing, it's just right at the beginning. I'm wondering if there's a bar or so. Also, everything.
Got to start somewhere.
Right. And I like the idea of putting together a loop and just using that.
Yeah, over the top of it.
Yeah.
Now check this out. Listen to this.
It sounds good.
This is without anything on it. That's beefy enough.
Yeah, certainly out of the number of different times, even if you only found just took your favorite one, you got it.
So this is going to be fine. You want to start? You want to do a vocal on it, and we get a vocal half?
Yeah, I think
from there.
that would confirm, like any structural things, and we could fix them too. But let's do the vocal.
Yeah. All right. Let me get you set up for that.
Oh God. Sorry, I'm trying to also be a cameraman.
My goodness.
I know this.
It's all happening.
This is like the Mazar brothers or something. Or one over here. Just want to make sure. Is that about the right? Is that a little?
No, that's good.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm just going to have you turn this over here.
Yeah, let me have the drums with it. That's fine.
There are snakes around my trailer. I found a scorpion in my bed. Snakes around my trailer. Found a scorpion in my bed.
Hey, guys, can you sing loud for me?
1, 2, testing. Hey, hey, hey. If Texas had its way, I'd be gone without a trace. 100 right behind me to take my place. Hot sun, working on my red clay, and it cracks just like a chain.
There you go. Just pulls it all together.
Hell in August, Texas. Fools pray for rain.
So the cool thing about creating a loop like this is we can just take that now and move it in.
So what is this?
This is an old school, but it's not one of the ones that you usually use. And it says it has a Shure model 515 on here. Okay.
I want you to play through the whole thing in case we can find a really cool loop with a harmonica instead of using the guitar loop.
Sure. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
so where are you at?
We're brilliant.
Oh,
We're going to listen.
does he think he got what he needed?
Yes.
Great.
Moving the mic a little bit, that's on the amp. So
Forget about it. All right, so we have that. So I have that time you play some great hooks on the harp, and it's towards the end.
There's a snake.
That's a great lick right there.
Bow runner,
Dance the potato bell, potato bell.
Potato bell.
There are snakes around my tree. I found a scorpion in my bed. If Texas.
That's it right there. One thing I would like to do with this is have you play national on it. You know what I mean? But you play national like you played the guitar, especially in the first part of the song, or that one like boom, boom, you know, just with that old white national. We'll sit you down and have you play that, and just have you play that loop, the same loop that we play with the acoustic guitar, but that with a national sound way hipper than the acoustic guitar.
Either electric or a national.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, you can play the whole thing. Let's go get that white national. It's a bear, as you know. So it's if anyone can do it, you can do it. just have to find your way out of the room. So there's that one, and that one is the coolest one, but there's other ones too. How's it, that one feel like it's going to be too hard to play?
No, I think I can play this.
Yeah. It sounds great.
So pretty.
Oh, it's super cool. It's a little buzzy. I think that's this. Is that one of these? Or is it this?
It's gone now, and it was one of the something was
great.
disappeared. It might have been like that.
Yeah, because it's from the 20s or something.
Art is a process of discovery.
Yeah. And of course, it's a bear to tune too, because those tuning pegs are ancient. Let me make sure I have the headphone set over here for you. No, it's just
It's always scary doing it like that. Hi.
this U is over here, this U is over here, this U is in the middle, and these U's are over here.
My fate, if Texas had its way, I'd be gone without a
So many me.
100 right behind me to take my place.
It's a whole song.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There are snakes around my trailer.
I love the sound of those, that acoustic guitar with the National together.
Yeah.
That's the sound. I was looking for something, and that's the sound.
1, 2. There are snakes around my trailer. I found a scorpion in my bed. Snakes around my trailer. Found a scorpion in my bed. If Texas has its way, I could wake up dead. Black mold underneath the sheetrock, paper wasps in the eaves. I try to keep up with the upkeep, but an honest man may be deceived. God help the child set upon by thieves. Well, it's a jacked up day where I'll wake up and I'm already late. Pulling out the front door, I wonder what I run for to meet my fate. If Texas had its way, I'd be gone without a trace. 100 right behind me to take my place. Hot sun working on the red clay, and it cracks just like a chain. Hell in August, Texas, fools pray for rain. Are you dumb sons of bitches? Hurricane. And if it wasn't trying to kill you, it wouldn't be Texas. If you you ain't got the fight, you won't make it here. See that cowboy hat driving that Lexus, venom in that wicked grin from ear to ear. The fight, you won't make it here. See that cowboy hat driving that Lexus, venom in that wicked grin from ear to ear. Well, it's a jacked up day, well, wake up and I'm already late. Bolting out the front door, I wonder what I run for to meet my fate. If Texas had its way, I'd be gone without a trace. 100 right behind me to take my place. There are snakes around my trailer. I found a scorpion in my bed. If Texas has its way, there will be bloodshed. And if trouble makes a man, I'm a thoroughbred.
This year has been incredibly difficult for musicians and creatives all over the world. Not just creatives, but everyone. It's because of the patrons that we have that we're able to start going into the studio and creating music. And it's just really breathing life back into a music scene that has been just at home and streaming to cell phones for a year. So thank you for being a patron if you are. If you're not, you can check us out at www.patreon.com/Guy Forsyth, and you can join for as little as $5 a month. This isn't a call to action. I'm not telling you need to do that. But, you know, if you feel bad about it, now you know where to go. www.patreon.com/Guy Forsyth. And this is Dan Johnson with some more interesting music information.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Navigating the Musical Minefield with me, your host, Dan Johnson. And today I want to talk about tuning issues, something that affects a lot of us playing instruments.
Like the Mazar brothers or something, or one over here. Is that about the right? Is that a little? You just have to find your way out of the room. So there's that one, and that one is the coolest one, but there's other ones too. How does it, that one feel like it's going to be too hard to play?
No, I think I can play this.
Yeah. It sounds great.
So pretty.
Oh, it's super cool. It's a little buzzy. I think that's this. Is that one of these? Or is it this?
It's gone now, and it was one of the something was
great.
disappeared. It might have been like that.
Yeah, because some of the 20s or something.
used on orchestra instruments, violins, violas, double basses, things of that nature. Now, if those instruments are electrified and have modern tuning pegs on them, then you can apply this to that as well. So, first off, how do I fix my tuning problems? Well, it's a really easy first step. Go buy new strings. Put new strings on your instrument. This will help. Old strings don't stay in tune that good. Now, there's some players that will say, like Eric Clapton, I like old strings, they sound better. That might be true, but you're going to have to retune a guitar, even a good guitar, maybe every 5-6 songs, things like that. Maybe more. Maybe you get more out of your old rusty strings. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I know. So new strings, I kind of prefer to put new strings on. I'm not the best at it either, so I'm not judging if you put old strings and use them for a while. But the other thing that's going to help you are maintaining your tuning pegs, okay? Your key heads, whatever you call them, they have little screws and little gear wheels, okay? So these little wheels, you're going to want to kind of oil them, use maybe some DW40 or some gear guitar lubricant you buy at your local music store. Keep these oiled so that they're easy to turn. And then sometimes the screws on these will be loose. And sometimes these tuning pegs are isolated. They're not all like 3 on a side. And they'll have a cover on them. And that cover you can just take off and then tighten the wheel, lubricate, good to go. Sometimes these break off. Unfortunately, when the plastic on some of these older key heads goes, you're toast. You got to kind of replace the whole thing. And most of them are 3 on a side or individuals, or 6 on a side or individuals, meaning that a lot of times they're connected by a piece of metal like this, or sometimes they're just, solo flying alone. Okay. Sometimes you have to just change your tuners out. Yeah, I had to do it on a guitar. Had beautiful Gibson tuners, and I had to put a better not as expensive, but a better mechanical tuner on there. It was more modern to help my guitar stay in tune better. So, tuning keys, yeah. Maintain them, fix them, put new ones on. That'll help you in your step to stay in tune better. Another issue, a big issue, and something I try to tell people all the time, and a lot of people don't listen, is your tuner. If you're in a rock band, or you're a folk singer, guitar, whatever, bass player, a lot of people use the Boss TU2 white box tuner. I don't have one on me because I don't really use them that much. These are okay. They're not bad. They're pretty good, depending on what kind of music you're doing. So for your basic punk rock, heavy metal rock band thing, that's fine. If you want to dive a little deeper into the actual tuning, I suggest using something a step up. And I'm a big fan of using Peterson tuners. Here's one on my phone, for example. It's a strobe tuner. And I believe you can go to www.petersontuners.com and you can check out, they've got clip tuners and everything. They're just magnificent. And what they do is they do a thing called temper tuning, which I don't have enough time in the world to go into temper tuning, but basically tuning your instrument to itself. So on a Boss white TU2 tuner, say that 5 times fast, it's going to be 440, okay? Sometimes that's called a scent or a temperament. Sometimes your instruments aren't always what that tuner is, if you can understand that. This kind of goes deeper into the wormhole of what your instrument should be tuned to. Now, you could buy one of these and not like it. Be prepared that your ear might like a Boss tuner or a Korg tuner for that matter. I did kind of the Pepsi challenge and decided I like Peterson tuners better. That's just me. They temper tune my instruments. And they're really great if you're a multi-instrumental player. They have a new tuner out that tunes mandolins, banjos, pedal steels, dobros, guitars, bass, everything. So I've encouraged a lot of players to try these. They also make, if you're an acoustic player, ukulele player, banjo, whatever, and it's acoustic music you're doing, they make a great clip-on tuner as well. So those are your basic 3 steps to helping you stay in tune. And like I said, don't get mad. Sometimes your instrument doesn't want to stay in tune as much as you want it to. And so that's another part of it It's kind of a fourth step of the tuning game, is finding an instrument that you can play as many songs as you can without it going terribly out of tune. That's a big part of it. A lot of people will go buy a vintage instrument and they'll like it. Oh, it's cool, it looks pretty, it sounds good, but then it only stays in tune for 3 songs, and that kind of defeats the purpose of buying a really expensive instrument in my book. So unless you're into collecting wall art, try something out in your local music store, run it through some songs, whatever instrument it may be, and see how much bang for your buck you can get before you're spending $100 to $1,000 on it. That will also help. So anyway, this is Dan Johnson. The show is Wednesday at 9 p.m., Channel 16, Austin Music TV. This has been another episode of Navigating the Musical Minefield with me, your host, Dan Johnson. And if you have any questions, you can email me at danjohnson.pedalsteelguitar@yahoo.com, and I'll answer questions for you. Y'all have a good day. Peace.
Well, there you have it. Another episode of The Wednesday Show here on Austin Music TV. The next time that you see me, I'm going to be with my daughter Bella Jane, aka Bunny, and we're going to be traveling around the United States on our way to New Jersey and New York, where we're going to be visiting family. We're going to be trying to do our best to stream live every Wednesday. I don't know what that looks like yet, but we'll figure it out. Please tune in. If you're able, please check out the Patreon. www.patreon.com/Guy Forsyth. Know that the money directly benefits musicians, us, and we really appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
If I were queen, I'd build you a palace with peppermint patty streets. We'd live off cherry pie. We'd sing and dance forever, forever be together in our candy castle in the sky. If I were queen, if I were queen,
if I were king, I wouldn't want for anything, and you'd always have the finest in the land. You would always know that you have somewhere to go, never be a slave to any man. If I were king, if I were king, if I were, may you be lucky, may you be strong, may you be safe, may you live long, may you find someone who makes you smile. A million hidden treasures makes it all worthwhile.
may your conscience be your all.
May this world be your home, and may you and it treat each other fair,
Will you stand up for what's true?
and find joy in what you do, and only then can you dye your hair.
If I were queen,
If I were king,
if I were queen,
if I were king, the years tumble by and there's a trick of the eye as it shows where the light was just before. Jewels of the crown, may I see you around. You always leave me wanting more.
maybe you'll have babies.
And maybe they'll have babies. There'll be babies everywhere.
It's your choice, you can choose
What to abide, what to refuse. Now get out of here.
If I were a queen,
If I were king,
if I were a queen,
if I were king,
if I were a queen,
if I were king,
if I were a queen,
if I were king, if we were. Well, I drove to Laredo. I had the big eyes in my head. Well, I drove to Laredo. I had the big eyes in my head. They were looking for a smile. There's a stain in the trunk that will never, ever, ever come out. There's a stain in the trunk where it will never, ever, ever come out. It's shaped like a small dark sun. It was all about a small dark sun. If I was second, I could get well. Could you let that be? If I was second, I couldn't get well. Would you need to be free? If I was second, I couldn't get well. If you looked in my eyes and you could tell. If I was second, I couldn't get. Would you wait with me? Would you wait with me? I was high and I couldn't come down. Would you give me your hand? I was high and I couldn't come down. Would you watch your man crash land? I was high and I couldn't come down. Wings made of needles pinned to the ground. I was high and I couldn't come. Would you take a stand? Would you take a stand? Don't abandon me here beneath this crowd. Darling, I need for you to understand that I can't talk right now. places where we find ourselves, where the indifference ends, dreams, nightmares neatly shelved here, alone among friends. If you were sick and you couldn't get well, tell you what I do. You were sick and you couldn't get well, never ask if you're true. You were sick and you couldn't get well, I will hold you forever, or at least until you were sick and you couldn't get well. I will wait with you. I will wait with you. I will wait with you. I will wait.
Little as $5 a month. This isn't a call to action. I'm not